Welcome to the BETMOORSPORTS Podcast. I'm your host, Avery Fuller, sitting here with my co-host, Stephen Troutman Bay, a.k.a.
The Guru.
And our guest of the evening is none other than Mr. Brian Falk, also known as
The SWAMI.
Oh, yeah. And we coming at you live from Norfolk, Virginia, BETMOORSPORTS Podcast. Check us out, BETMOORSPORTS.com, all the social media outlets, and we're going to just jump right into it. The bullshit. Deebo Samuels today requested to be traded to the San Francisco 49ers. Well, not traded to the San Francisco 49ers, but traded from the San Francisco 49ers. And I want to know what y'all think about it, so I'm going to start with you, Guru.
It's written all over your face.
You don't have to say a word.
You don't have to say a word.
You think he gonna actually get traded?
Yeah. Because in this day and age, when people demand out, they usually get out.
Yeah. For me, it made me wonder why. You know, it's a bunch of speculation.
I heard a few different theories. He want to be closer to home. He want the money that the cheetah got. Few different things, man. He don't want to be out there in the Bay Area.
From what I read, it's more so he don't want to be a running back and wide receiver. He just want to be a wide receiver. And he don't realize that what make him valuable is the fact that he could be both.
So you don't think he can do one without the other?
No, he could do one without the other. But him being able to do both is a strength. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many can you say can actually do that?
I think he's a wide receiver. He's really not a running back.
Yeah. I mean, I get
He's
it.
definitely a wide receiver.
But at one point in time during the season last year, he was leading the league in rushing and receiving. You know what I'm saying? Which is a sign that he could do it if he needed to do it. But
at one point in the season, he was doing what?
He was leading the league in receiving and rushing. Literally.
At what point in the season was this?
I don't know the exact point, but I know it exists.
You mean over a couple games? You mean for a couple game span? He was never the leading rusher in no NFL. At no point.
Okay, if he go 3 games straight out of 4 leading the league in rushing, that's considerable. All I know is that's not his natural position, but he's being treated as such, and that's the problem. So
it looked like you was gonna cry, man, when you first heard the news.
I still feel like it. I'm just waiting for the breaking news headlines to say either he signed a deal with us or he getting traded.
That's not gonna happen.
And then Cowboys fans keep saying, hey, "Come on over to Dallas." Nigga, no chance,
Hey,
no
look,
chance.
We'll take Deebo over there.
So what do you think would be a good spot for him?
Kansas City.
If Kansas City lock up and do that, somebody cheating.
Yeah. He gonna if he get traded, he gonna end up being in the Jets because I think the Jets the only team that really got the money and the assets to trade for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna keep in mind that San Francisco not just gonna give him away. That ain't the option, huh?
What about New Orleans?
You think New Orleans got the assets?
They just got the draft picks from Villa, didn't they?
Oh, they did. They're gonna have to give up all of them.
That's fine.
For Deebo, they probably wouldn't mind. Deebo and Michael Thomas.
Yeah, that's a hell of a combination. That'll definitely change the perception of New Orleans.
And he ain't got to go in that backfield because they got Kamara.
Yeah, that's.
Kamara got 1 foot in the jail cell and 1 foot. I don't know what might happen with Alvin Kamara after he whooped the man down there in Vegas.
Alvin Kamara is. I'll tell you one thing. He's a beast.
In more ways than one.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's segue that then, because it's not just Deebo that is looking for a new contract. You got Terry McLaurin and A.J. Brown. All of them is looking for that now infamous term, cheetah money.
Cheetah money.
Cheetah money. $30 million a year for a wide receiver is unheard of.
That's crazy.
I would never have imagined that should happen. The Lord knows, good gracious, but They doing it now, and like you said before, the NFL is just getting away money.
Getting it away.
They don't value money at all no more. They like, look, just take it. And then players are deciding where they want to go and doing what they want to do. It's a matter of time before A.J. Brown and Terry McLaurin be like, yeah, I want to be traded too. I'm pretty sure they talking to each other saying, bruh, let's all say we want to be traded.
Absolutely.
Then we'll get traded to each other team, which would be stupid.
That ain't going to happen. A.J. Brown needs some money. He needs some money, man, because outside of Derrick Henry, he's their whole offense.
Yeah, because they had Julio, and Julio did nothing.
Julio who?
Exactly.
I got more reps than Julio this year.
What do you think is a good fit for, let's just say they decide to leave. Who do you think would be a good fit for A.J. Brown outside of Tennessee?
Kansas City.
Okay. Man, you know what? I'd be happy if we sent Debo to Tampa Bay for Tom Brady. I'd take Tom Brady for a year. I'd take it for half a year.
Shout out to Collective, man. The man is already in here just saying pretty much anything.
Listen, I'm telling you, man, they will give up Tom Brady at some point.
For Debo.
Yeah, that's long term. The one thing that they know is that this is probably going to be Tom Brady last year. So if I could give up Tom Brady, right, to get a player like Debo Samuels long term, wouldn't that make sense?
It makes no sense to me right now.
From an investment perspective, these guys are not just looking at this year.
Maybe you can package Jimmy G and Debo.
Yeah, absolutely. Give us Mike Evans and Tom Brady.
Now you're asking too much.
What you mean? So you don't think Debo is worth Mike Evans?
Tom Brady alone.
For 1 year? A 1 year rental that we know going to be a 1 year rental.
It don't make a difference. That's 1 year that you got a great chance of getting to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. I don't disagree. I'm just saying, like, I feel like if we know there's going to be 1 year, unless they're going to say, let's trade for 1 year. You know what I'm saying? They're getting long-term investments.
It's starting to make sense now. Now I see how you got this fantasy ring. Swindling people with trades like Mike Evans and Tom Brady for Debo Samuels.
Listen.
No wonder, man. I go to be the guru for 1 year. I come back, this man got Super Bowl rings and championship belts.
What can I say? I mean, champions are champions. You know,
because of trades like this.
Listen, if I intelligently put together a package that people just can't refuse, what I supposed to do? That's good business on my part. Wrong or right?
Well, there's no NFL owners as incompetent as the other 11 fantasy players.
You'll be surprised. They ain't talk to me.
Excluding male.
Oh, man. Okay, so Stephon Gilmore, he got signed to a 2-year deal with the Colts. But everybody thought he was going to the Rams. What you think of that? Think that's a good pick for the Colts or a bad loss for the Rams?
The Rams strapped up, man. They
don't care.
They don't care. And it was a good look for the Colts. Definitely a good look for the Colts.
Man, I tell you one thing.
Getting rid of Wentz was a good look for
the
Colts.
Great look.
It's a great look for the NFC East because he going to the Commanders. So that means the division is the Cowboys for the taking. If they're going to take it is another question.
That's every year, man.
It's every year. It's weird because, like, you don't really hear no big splashes coming from the NFC East at all. Like, the biggest splash y'all probably had was, what was it, Tyrod Taylor to the Giants?
Nobody don't want to come see the NFC East.
What?
All year, though.
What you mean?
We give everybody a problem.
No, y'all give each other problems. That's the most that go, though.
We give y'all problems.
At the end of the day, y'all give each other, y'all play y'all Super Bowls.
We cover spreads
6 times a cover spread. Hey, I can see that being the case. So So what about the free agents that's left now? You know what I'm saying? Right now you got.
What about, before we go to that money Denzel Ward got from Cleveland?
Oh yeah. Listen.
While we talking about giving money away.
Did you notice that they gave him $100.5 million? And that made him the highest. So they gave him $0.5 million more than they gave Jalen Ramsey. But Jalen Ramsey done been to 3 more Pro Bowls. Super Bowl. He ain't did a piece of, but they made him the highest paid. But Cleveland, they make everybody the highest paid.
So let me ask you this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got the highest paid corner, the highest paid quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
What are your expectations?
It varies, right? And the reason why I say it varies because you got the highest paid corner, but I feel like they pay him because they didn't want to lose him. If they didn't pay him, they would lose him.
That's understandable, but what are your expectations?
Playoffs.
Because if you don't get it in the next couple of years, you're not going to have no money to pay nobody else.
Right. And you got to keep in mind, though, like, the Cleveland franchise alone is incompetent, in my opinion. Like, I feel like they just mess up so much stuff on so many different occasions. They done had the number 1 pick how many times in the last 10 years?
10.
I'm about to say every year, right?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like at some point you got to either look at ownership because they done ran through they run through coaches, they run through players, they run through quarterbacks like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so at what point is the actual organization gonna be held accountable? Because they tripping. Now they got a long-term quarterback who is substantial, but is that the right coach for him? What's gonna be their problem now? What excuse they got?
I can hear your Uncle Vernon now.
Stop.
Only Cleveland Brown fan from Norfolk, Virginia, I know.
Literally, the only Cleveland Brown fan I know, period. I don't think I've ever met a Cleveland Browns fan until I met him.
I've never encountered a Cleveland Browns fan.
It's crazy because he'll come to my house with his Cleveland jersey on, and it just look weird. It looks so weird. I'm telling you. Uncle Vernon, take that shit off. All right, so we're going to take a break. But when we come back, we got the NBA and everything that's been taking place this week. So stand still. We'll holler at you in a minute. Bet More Sports. Welcome back to the BETMOORSPORTS Sports Podcast. My name's Avery again. I'm sitting here with my man Stephen Troutman Bay, a.k.a.
The Guru.
And we got Brian Falk, my man, a.k.a.
The SWAMI.
The SWAMI. And
SWAMI.
Just in case y'all didn't know, yesterday was 420. So I know everybody that and their mama and their grandma was celebrating. Shout out to the Collective. The Collective actually provide all types of goodies for that great 420 holiday, and for any other holiday that you got, you can go see the Collective at 612 East Little Creek Road in Norfolk. So please, definitely, you need it, go get it, because he got it.
Tell him the Guru sent you.
And this good, I almost dropped that.
You see how good it is. They almost fumbled the ball on 4th and goal.
Straight up, but I still got an end zone.
That's our only one, so we don't need that one fumbled.
Yeah, no sir. All right, so the Brooklyn Nets has gone down 0-2 in the playoffs against the Boston Celtics. Pretty much, they were up 17. They gave up the lead in the playoffs. Kevin Durant playing like trash. Kyrie Irving's playing like trash. He had 10 points.
10 points.
Horrible.
What you think about this series itself? Who you got winning?
Well, from what I've seen, and I hate to see it because Boston is good at fucking up.
Okay.
But I think Brooklyn might be headed home. They might be going fishing soon.
If they keep playing like this, Guru, what you think?
They definitely headed home for at least 2 games. Now, whether they're going to unload their bags there or keep them packed to travel back to Boston for a potential Game 5 is up to the player Kevin Durant, man. The man played terrible. Honestly, I mean, and he had a lot of points. So, but I think it was like 4 for 17 from the field. From the field, 6 turnovers. That's not gonna get it done. Like,
that's 6 turnovers 2 games straight. Like the expectations is beyond that.
I seen somebody call the people the Brooklyn Tar Heels.
Don't disrespect.
People was up 17 points.
Brooklyn Tar.
Oh, that's the pun. I see.
People was up 17
We deserve
points.
it.
And really what I feel like is a must-win because you got to steal one on the road.
Absolutely. I 100% agree. It's crazy because you would think, number one, Kyrie scoring 10 points is tragic. Because
on so many levels.
It's so crazy how that man can flick off the crowd, get fined $50,000, curse the fan. He's so focused on the goddamn fans that he ain't worried about the game.
But then the game, after you do that, you come back with 10 points.
10 points. 4 for 13. It's definitely not looking good for him, Lord knows, or for Brooklyn as a whole. And I don't think they'll be able to live it down if they get swept.
I don't think they may get swept, but close to it.
Hey, if you putting your money on a team, who you putting your money on?
As far as those two,
Yeah.
I'm definitely betting with Boston.
Yeah, I think I'd probably go with
Brooklyn
Boston
got
too.
the last dollar out of my pocket.
So what y'all think about Kyrie getting fined $50K for what he did? Like, I feel like he shouldn't have got fined. I feel like at some point, if you're gonna fine him, you know what, fine the fan too. Like, it's weird. People feel like that because he get paid so much money that he should be a punching bag. That don't make sense. You can't dehumanize him.
He gotta live up to a standard of being a professional, and he understand that when he signed that contract. So,
well, I get it.
Be able to be able to control them emotions.
I just know emotion is a human trait, and so the moment we start eliminating the humanity side of them, of players in general, we kind of setting ourselves up for failure.
They getting paid millions of dollars. That man ain't bothering him for real. Did it really hurt him?
It looked like it did based on his reaction. He he might not had the gall to deal with that type of stuff, especially a place that he played. You know what I'm saying? People screaming all types of craziness.
Hey, well, look, if you can't take it, go ahead, tuck it away.
He about to. He about to. Straight up.
Me personally, I think with the way they kicking fans out the game now for saying stuff and doing things, I think that he need to be fined. I think that you can't do one without the other. Now, do I think it's right that they fined him? That part, no, because I don't think that they should kick fans out the stands for calling you a bum ass nigga if you playing like a bum ass nigga. You know what I mean? I don't think that they should kick you out the game for that. So if I say that, Kyrie, you garbage as hell, and you turn around and stick your middle finger, I think all of it is a part of the game.
Right, absolutely.
So if I pay thousands of dollars to sit courtside, I should be able to say exactly what the hell I want to say, long as I don't reach out and slap this.
Well, I mean, I think it should be.
It should be lines.
It should be tasteful in the sense
right.
of
Like I shouldn't curse your children or
right.
wish death upon you or nothing like that. But if I say, like for instance, the man called the man Russell Westbrook brick. Now look, it's not me calling you Russell Westbrook. I respect you. Now I know that's your family name, and I seen how you went off, but I ain't the man that you went off on, so I wouldn't advise you to do the same antics with the guru. However, when the man called the man Russell West, I think you should be able to say that without. That shouldn't be taken as offense.
Right. I mean that's minor in a way because that's
totally minor. That's all a part of it. I'm sure he's been called that on the street court.
But what about if they calling you the N-word or saying F your kids and trying to reach into places that your human side can't dictate?
Go do like LeBron did. Hey. They gotta go.
Exactly.
They gotta go. Hey, you think
Police.
Well, yeah, they probably got that same type of power. So let me ask you this fault. Based on the L that Brooklyn took yesterday and how they are 0-2, do you think if Ben Simmons came back right now, it changes things for them?
Definitely. Ben Simmons gonna give you some rack work. He can give you some defense. He a big guy to deal with. I don't know how much he been hooping to see how that basketball legs and shit with it, but him just coming to this team would definitely they would have to scheme different. I don't know if it would work, but it would change.
Guru?
I think Ben Simmons actually would be more beneficial in front of this fourth camera and microphone right here in the BETMOORSPORTS Sports Podcast Studio than on an NBA basketball court in a playoff series down 0-2.
So you don't think they like in that don't got much to lose?
I think that he can help, but I think that what they're missing, he doesn't kind of bring on one side of the court. Like, for instance, on offense, it's pretty much KD, Kyrie. They playing off each other. Where does Ben Simmons fit in with that?
Right.
Other than his ability to play transition basketball, he's absolutely null and void in a half-court set.
Well, you think, his defensive presence will make a difference?
I think his defense can lead the offense, yeah. But I think that, to be honest with, he ain't been playing. He said his back messed up. We got, chairs that we spent a lot of money on that we could send him in and kind of get more out the man right here in the BETMOORSPORTS Sports Podcast Studio. I feel like, and I don't want to write Brooklyn off, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's over for him.
So what do they got to do to stay in this series and not lose in Brooklyn? Kyrie got to average 30.
He got to average 30. KD got to average 40.
That's 7.
They could have easily won the first game. So they could be right now. We could be saying
it's 1-1.
But we saying it's 0-2.
Yeah. Indeed.
So the facts is it's 0-2.
Indeed.
Right? So knowing that it's 0-2, what in the hell can they do? Because Brooklyn ain't a place that people scared to come and play.
Yeah, you're right.
They don't have the most raucous arena where you could say, oh, well, they're going back to Brooklyn. They was not good at home all year. They was probably one of the worst home teams in the NBA all season as far as playoff teams.
Right.
So it's not like they guaranteed to go home and just say, oh, man, we going to win 2 at home. Not playing like that. I can tell you one thing. You will not see the Guru handicap Brooklyn no more this season unless they tie the series up 2-2. I will not handicap the Brooklyn Nets after that performance they showed me last night.
Yeah, that was not good. Not good at all. So let's take it to the West Coast. Devin Booker. Devin Booker is injured. He's going to be out at least the next 2 games. What you think that means for Phoenix?
Turn out the lights.
You think they done?
They can beat New Orleans. They can beat New Orleans without him. They can't beat pretty much. What side of the bracket? They wouldn't have to play Golden State or Memphis until the conference finals. And he'll be back healthy by then. They would have to play the winner of Dallas and Utah. Yeah,
Utah.
They can get to the conference finals without Devin Booker.
Okay, that's good to know for sure. Because I was going to ask you, like, you don't think Chris Paul got it in him to lead them there?
Well, Landry Shamet just came back, so they should be pretty good without Devin Booker against these New Orleans Pelicans. They're kind of out undermanned. New Orleans is.
Mm-hmm.
But they was talking about Zion might come back.
that is some stupidness. Zion don't play the entire year. I guess you could say the same thing about Ben Simmons. Yeah, so I get it. I don't know. Ben Simmons is different. He shouldn't come back. He don't got no chemistry. They even said that he don't practice with him or nothing. He kind of got his own thing going on the side. So I just don't understand why they even consider bringing him back. But I feel like
when you're down 2-0,
anything count, right?
What did he say?
you get anxious, goddamn.
Drastic times call for drastic measures.
Hey, folks, what you think as far as this playoffs right now? Who you think would probably be the MVP of the playoffs?
MVP of the playoffs?
Who you think playing the best?
Man,
You know who not the MVP?
I tell you what. Joel Embiid still hooping.
Yeah,
Consistent
I think he is consistent as it get because
as it gets.
the other MVP candidate, Joker, he was a joke. Last.
I like the sleeper teams, man. Like ain't nobody really giving Memphis a chance right now. Memphis and Golden State, those like my dog horses, man. Nobody ain't. They know they good, but nobody ain't really giving them a chance. You know what I mean?
It's crazy. I can't see nobody not giving Golden State a chance. Golden State look crazy right now. Like Golden State look like they gonna win.
But you ain't been hearing nobody talking about Golden State all year for real.
You heard me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But the guru.
Talking about this Golden State team. And I'm going to give you who I think my playoff MVP is right now, and it's going to shock you.
Who?
Jordan Poole.
I knew it. I felt
They
it.
been hooping though.
Who playing it better than Jordan Poole right now in the playoffs?
Nobody. I mean, well, no, I ain't gonna say that because Giannis playing better than him, and Steph playing better than him. But because it's Jordan Poole. See, if Steph was doing what Jordan Poole was doing, that should just be normal.
But what I'm saying is Jordan Poole gave you 30-plus in the first game and 29 in the second game. Steph Curry ain't give you but, 15, 16 in the first game. So he is not playing just as good as Jordan Poole. Stephen Curry only made maybe 3 shots from the field.
Keep in mind,
game.
Stephen Curry was on minutes restriction the first game.
Second game, null and void Stephen Curry.
Second game, he was on minutes restriction, and still he scored 34 points in like 23 minutes.
We're not disputing that. He's not playing as good as Jordan Poole. Klay Thompson, the second game, played as good as Jordan Poole, but nobody over the course of both games is playing as good as Jordan Poole.
Yeah, I feel like
and blowout basketball.
Not how damn Golden State.
I feel like it's just the expectation, like literally.
The expectations are what they are, but regardless of who you are, if you are averaging 30 points in the playoffs, I don't care what your expectations was. That's damn good. So for James Harden, that's damn good. For Joel Embiid, that's damn good. For Joker, for Steph Curry to be averaging 30 in the playoffs.
So what you're saying? What you're saying is that based on the way he's playing, if you were to draft right now based on the playoffs, that Jordan Poole would be your number 1 pick.
If we didn't know none of the players and they just all had blank names on the back of their jersey, and we just going off a playoff performance, Jordan Poole would be the first pick. Man, easy.
That says a lot. What about you, Falk?
I'm going to take me a big man. I'm going to get Joel. I like Jordan Poole. He definitely hooping. I can't deny that, but I'm going with big consistent right now.
Yeah. But even Joel Embiid has played a bad game in the playoffs.
Indeed, yeah.
That's why we're just going strictly off of playoff performance. And we don't know that Joel Embiid is Joel Embiid. We don't know that he's a potential MVP.
But
we just looking at players in the playoffs. Like I say, with no names, all these players is out here performing. Who is playing better than Jordan Poole?
Book playing just as good as
Book got a bad hamstring.
That's now.
But and they in a series where they won a game, lost a game. Jordan Poole is in a series where he up 2-0.
Indeed.
Well, what about Jason Tatum?
What about him?
Jason Tatum scored what? He averaging 30 in the playoffs too, ain't he?
Jason Tatum ain't had a great game that last game.
What you mean?
The first game. But he hit the game winner. He didn't have a great winner. He ain't had no great game. He didn't have a Jordan Poole-like game. He had a good game. Anthony Edwards had a great game the first game. Then he played like a slug the second game.
Like a slug.
John Morant played good the first game, but they took an L, and he played great the second game. So, consistently, nobody's playing better than Jordan Poole. Now, Jordan Poole will probably not continue at their pace because sooner or later, Stephen Curry is going to be back in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
And Jordan Poole would be on the minutes restriction. And I kind of think that Jordan Poole, in the games that he did come off the bench, he didn't perform as well as the games in which he started.
You think starting gives you more confidence?
Yeah, especially when a player like Stephen Curry defers and makes sure that you start and he comes off the bench.
Yeah.
That takes a lot for a superstar player, a player of Stephen Curry's caliber, to say, I'll come off the bench.
Well, ain't he? Well, it might not be him. I was saying, ain't he married to the man's sister? But that's somebody else, ain't it?
No, that's somebody else.
Steph know what it take to win it all.
Yeah.
That's the key thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what separates him from a lot of these superstars.
Yeah.
Is I know that I'm on the minute restriction. I seen when Klay Thompson came back, he was on the minute restriction, and y'all put him in the starting lineup. I saw how that worked, right? So if we're going to put me on the minute restriction, right, instead of me starting the game and then finishing the game, why not bring me in to finish every quarter?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was kind of the approach to the game. Plus, Jordan Poole been starting all year.
Yeah, because they've been injuries.
Because Klay ain't played all year.
Exactly.
And then when Klay came back, Steph went down, so Jordan Poole has been a starter all year. So why break up that rhythm? Or that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I know I can find my shot. I know I can come off the bench and still give you 34.
Right. So then why not just keep him on the bench for the rest of the playoffs?
Really, Stephen Curry.
I get that. The NBA released the finalists for the accolades for the 2022 NBA season. And one of them has already been chosen, which is Defensive Player of the Year for Marcus Smart. Which I think about that pick.
Shout out Marcus Smart, man. Defensive Player of the Year. Salute to you. Congratulations. The first guard to do it. Point guard to do it since Gary Payton the Glove. One of my favorite point guards. That's how I used to B Falk and Avery on the court like the Glove.
Negative.
They used to call me the Glove for more reasons than one.
Exactly.
Shout out to the
yeah, exactly.
to the
Exactly. He collected. So y'all feel like he should have won that over Rudy Gobert and Mikal Bridges? I feel like Mikal Bridges.
I think Mikal Bridges was a close second.
Yeah.
I like Short. I like his D. I like his game. But Marcus Smart been doing it for a long period of time, consistently.
Right.
And he was willing to stick his nose in there and take charge after charge after charge.
He definitely.
From big bodies that come crashing through the lane.
What about six man of the year? You know, right now in the final, this is Tyler Herro, Cam Johnson, and Kevin Love. Kevin Love, he ain't even starting in Cleveland.
6 man.
Who you got?
Tyler Herro.
easy.
Tyler Herro.
Easy.
It's not even a discussion in the 6 man category.
Now, is that based on his ability to score? Like, what has he been doing Miami wise to make him 6 man?
Scoring off the bench. He's one of the greatest in the league right now. He might be the top dog off the bench scoring this year.
Well, I could see that. That makes sense. What about most improved? You got DeJounte Murray, Ja Morant, and Darius Garland.
Why in the hell is Ja Morant in the most improved category? Like, what the hell kind of what is that about?
So Ja Morant, while he's had explosive plays in past seasons, this season has been by far his best.
It's no by far.
It's no by far. He was in an MVP conversation easily.
Ja Morant been a NBA stud since he been in the NBA.
Right, but he ain't never been in an MVP conversation.
Well, he shouldn't be in no most improved. Cause you don't be in. How the hell you in both conversations?
He was also a all-star starter for the first time.
How in the hell are you in the MVP conversation and the most improved conversation when you've been consistently playing good your whole career? Like, I think that should be to a player who either missed the season due to injury or played like
that's more comeback player of the year. I feel like he's dramatically improved as a player, like period, as a leader, as all of that. Like, don't get me wrong, he's been consistent, but this year he took it up a notch.
DeJounte Murray, most improved.
DeJounte Murray's team ain't even make it to the playoffs.
Most improved player of the year.
DeJounte was hooping this year, though.
I disagree.
Garland was hooping too, though.
Garland,
I would probably choose Garland over Murray.
Would be up there if I didn't see Darius Garland in them 2 play-in games play like some shit.
Well, you ain't. Did you see DeJounte Murray play in the play-in game?
And listen. let me clear something up.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of DeJounte Murray because the man say he be laughing when the people parlays blow up.
Oh my God.
So when you say some shit like that, man, you don't deserve no awards.
Nothing.
In the National Basketball Association. But see, when you say stuff like that, and I don't wish injuries on nobody. I don't wish. But when you see a player like DeJounte Murray blow his knee, I laugh too. That you just blew your knee because you laughed when my parlay blew up. You see how serious that could get?
That's
not a parlay. Oof. You know, you out there to play basketball, man. Play, perform, win at all costs.
Don't worry about
You're
the parlays.
not out there to be worrying about if somebody got you to score over 25 and you score 24 on purpose.
Just go out there and put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
What you score is what you score. You do everything you need to do to help your
play
team
to win. How the hell you playing a game of basketball and you worrying about somebody else parlay?
Yeah.
And you a multi-millionaire.
Well, I mean, we'll see.
So he still should be the most improved player, even though he said some hating. Like that.
And so I'm gonna stop at this last one, which is Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year, and the candidates are Evan Mobley, Cade Cunningham.
Right there.
Evan Mobley.
Yeah, I ain't know we need to go no further.
You stop right there.
You don't think Scotty Barnes is between them two? Cade Cunningham, I wouldn't even have him in the conversation personally, but
they love Cade, man.
Yeah, that's all. He was number one pick. He had to be in the conversation.
He shouldn't be in the conversation.
Nah,
he ain't do nothing
him,
as a rookie. But Scotty Barnes is a close second.
I wouldn't be surprised if he won.
I wouldn't be neither. But if he did win, it'd be some politics as usual.
Mm-hmm. Well,
like my man Jigga said.
Like my
why you talk about the MVP?
So MVP is it's a tough question. You know what I'm saying? The finalists right now is Giannis, Joel, and Joker. But it's for regular season, so you know we could look at what they're doing now and make a difference. But I feel like
the same shit is going on in the whole season. Same shit that went on all season.
Well, keep in mind, Joker's still 2,000, 1,500.
He the MVP. How can you give it to him last year and not give it to him this year?
When he outplayed his stuff from last year. I mean, I get giving it to somebody different.
I don't.
You know what I'm saying? But
they robbed Kobe.
They definitely robbed Kobe multiple times.
Gave it to Steve Nash. The fuck.
Oh, yeah, that was.
So in that case, they need to rob the Joker and give it to Joel Embiid. Since we acknowledging robberies. Don't make the same mistake y'all made the last time and rob the brother man and get to the other man. Don't do that, because that's what y'all did the last time.
Do y'all realize that right now the players are slated to be the three best players in the league are all not from the U.S.?
Foreign niggas taking over.
That's crazy. They man.
Well, Joel might as well be from the U.S.
Joel from Africa or something, Nigeria.
He played college ball.
Yeah.
The other two ain't have no U.S. experience until they came to the NBA. And they came in the U.S. and took over. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm glad that the MVP is a regular season award, right? Because there is no way in hell you are putting Draymond Green on Joel Embiid man to man and locking him up.
I don't know. Draymond can hold his own.
Hell no.
Draymond can hold his own.
Hell no. There's nobody in the league want to single cover Joel Embiid.
Listen,
nobody.
What I do know is that Joel can't do it by himself.
I do know that if you say clear out and Draymond do him like he was doing Joker this series, and he say I got him, and we clear the basketball out and get the ball to Joel Embiid on the block,
that shit go easy.
Draymond Green will foul out in the first 10 minutes of the game, or Joel Embiid will have 30 in the first quarter.
He gonna go for 60 that day.
That's
easy.
It's a tough statement. I don't know. I feel like Draymond Green has proven himself as a defender.
He's a great defender.
I feel like it don't matter who he playing against. Period. And Joker and Embiid are two of the most dominant at their position. Period. So he already shut Joker down. He made Joker look like a dumbass.
Joker ain't nowhere near Joel Embiid.
The physical presence.
Yeah.
Right,
He
absolutely.
don't want that body work.
I don't know. All I know is from what I can tell, he could take it.
Embiid to put
He
that
ain't look
down.
like he could take it.
Draymond
That man went to the 3-point line and shot 3 out of 3 out of 3 after Draymond banged him a few times.
Yeah.
And Joker, and don't get me wrong, I don't think Draymond could check Joker one-on-one, but I think that he wore him out.
He ain't want none of that abuse no more.
Man,
Yeah,
wore him
he
out so
definitely wore him
bad,
out.
the Joker chased the referee down to get kicked out the game.
That is.
Man, they want no more of that wreck.
He said, "Send me out of here.
Hey,
I'm
look,
out of here."
then y'all see the man, Gary Payton Jr. pat the man on the butt. Joker wanted to kill him, man. They said they don't play that patting people on the butt over there where
Hey.
Joker from.
Boy, I want to kill him too. Don't touch my ass. You got me. Got the game messed up. All right, coming up, we got we're gonna talk about Earl Spence against UGAS and the results of that, and then we got
Murder was the case that they gave me.
overrated, underrated coming up, and then we got another fight coming up this weekend. So we'll be back. Holla at you. Welcome back to the BETMOORSPORTS Podcast. We are live once again, coming at you from Norfolk, Virginia. I'm the host, Avery Fuller, sitting with my man Stephen Troutman Bay, a.k.a.
The Guru.
and my man Brian Falk, a.k.a.
The SWAMI.
the SWAMI. And let's get to boxing. So last week we talked about Earl Spence and what would happen when we had Vaughn. Let's take a look.
My man said Sunday morning, Earl Spence will have 3 belts.
Trey got
Now you guys will have a donut.
and a concussion.
Put some
Krispy
respect on his
Kreme.
name, man.
He got a donut. So as you can see, everything that was predicted by the Guru was exactly what it should have been. So for those picks, go to www.betmoorsports.com. Make sure you subscribe. And the Guru got picks just sitting there waiting for you. All you gotta do is just click on them.
Free money.
Free money.
Well, it
every
ain't
time.
free money. You got to pay me a one-time fee. Then the rest is free.
Absolutely. And shout out to the Guru because of his advice. I won $362.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Let me hold some.
I got $1. So Falk, Falk, what you think about the fight this weekend?
Excellent fighting, man. I love boxing, so I seen it a little bit different, man. I watched the fight twice already. So Spence is relentless, man. You know, he relentless. He was chopping and chopping and chopping at it, man. You know what I mean? And I don't know how you guys lasted as long as he did.
Shout
But
to
what
you
I
guys.
did see, the chopping made you guys stop throwing. When you guys was throwing, he was competitive. He was in his fight,
He was landing them.
and he even hurt Spence twice that I saw. But Spence is Spence,
Spence is Spence.
and he don't care, and he's gonna keep chopping and chopping like he did, and he made that man put them hands down.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
protect himself.
That's what makes champions. When you can just keep going through it, and you know, you guys kind of hit him with a cheap shot, but it wasn't a cheap shot because again, he should protect himself at all times.
The referee was on some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I said, I watched it twice, so the referee kind of stepped in, which made
And then backed up.
which made
Spence
Spence
think-
pause.
Mhm.
It made you guys pause too as well, because you guys really could have unloaded on his ass and knocked him out, and he hurt him when he gave him those 2 punches.
It's strange because I saw you guys counter a lot, and he countered Earl in a way that Earl had to kind of push through it because he was landing shots that you don't usually see get landed on,
Exactly.
and those shots was
Real
flush.
real shots.
Right.
Exactly, real shots.
You know, so
he hurt him, man. He hurt him with a body shot. He hit him with a body shot that made Earl start running.
and every time he landed that shot, you'll see Earl back up.
Yeah. But the next round, Earl came out with the fire again.
Earl said, "I'm a break his
I'm
spirit,"
gonna break him down.
and he broke his spirit.
Oh my
and got finished. I'm telling you, that 10 and under, I was like, when the 10th round started, I was like, he got to finish him here. My man, eye was closed. Take a look at his eye.
Oh.
His eye was closed. He still wanted to fight. I'm like, bruh,
hey, can't take nothing from him. He was a warrior.
He was a warrior.
Yeah. Honestly, though, like I say, I watched it again. I don't think he really believed he could win the fight. He just wanted to be competitive. That's why at the end of every round, he was sticking his tongue out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I made it through this round too. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like, yeah, you ain't going to stop me.
Yeah.
Even though he got stopped. I mean, I get it. He did fracture his orbital bone, which, from what I'm saying, that's the second orbital bone fracture that Earl Spence laid.
Hey, Guru, what I said. That exactly was the words I told
you. Said that man fractured it. That man got to have something broken in that skull, man. Orbital bone or something fractured.
Straight up.
But we definitely gave you Earl Spence not to finish. We gave you Earl Spence under 10.5 rounds. Mm-hmm. So if you didn't get no money, shame on you.
Shame.
And if you did get some money, pay the Guru.
Pay the man. Pay the man. So, with that said, Falk, based on what you saw from Earl Spence last week, how you think he'll go against?
I'm going to stop you. He don't want it with Bud Crawford. Listen to me. I watch a lot of boxing, and I love Earl Spence. He's a true warrior.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw him get hurt. If that man can hurt him, I know Bud can hurt him. And Bud is just like him. He keeps chopping and chopping and chopping. And he may be a little more skilled than Spence.
Yeah.
It might hit a little harder than Spence.
That switch hit will make a difference.
I swear.
When you can switch hit and you can punch at the same time, it's like, I don't know.
Listen to me. That's going to be the fight of a lifetime. That's going to be goddamn.
Yeah, that's going to be
Tyson Holyfield,
Floyd Pacquiao.
So what I'm hearing is Earl Spence.
Hello.
Terrence Bud Crawford.
Hello.
Must have the BETMOORSPORTS crew in attendance. Is
Absolutely.
that what I'm hearing?
Absolutely.
If these two come together, we
now.
got to be in attendance.
I got it.
The moment they announce that fight, I'm trying to.
Can we shoot a podcast out there to fight?
Absolutely. Just say the word. It's done. It's done. Yes. Because I can tell you right now, whew, that's a fight I ain't coming close to trying to miss. Period.
Yeah.
Oh, we're definitely going to be there.
And it's crazy because you start thinking of stuff like, they fought a lot of the same people, but Terrence
Bud always looked better.
And he stopped pretty much everybody. I mean, I ain't going to say everybody, but the ones that count, like, for instance, OC Man, Sean Porter.
Wild Man Jack.
Exactly. Only person that ever stopped him. He got stop.
He whipped him, too.
He whipped him. You know what I'm saying? It was.
That was like poetry in motion watching that fight, though.
Yeah. I was loving it.
Because
that second
Sean Porter really thought he had a chance after the first couple of rounds, but Bud got to feel you out.
Yep.
And Bud once he felt him out,
fair fight. That's it.
But I'm gonna say this though, and I'm a bigger Earl Spence fan than I am a Terrence Bud Crawford fan. Right? I love both of them. I love both of them style. I think Earl Spence is actually a better boxer, right? I don't think he can beat Terrence Bud Crawford because they fight similar styles. And what he did to you guys by standing toe-to-toe, he would never do with Terrence Bud. He can't stand toe-to-toe with Terrence Bud Crawford.
Right. I think...
but I seen weaknesses in Terrence Bud Crawford's chin.
That's what I was about to say. Me, honestly, I think Bud Crawford is the better fighter.
Yep.
But...
he's a better fighter. I think a boxer.
I think
Earl a better boxer, in my opinion.
I think Earl Spence chin
stronger.
Is stronger than I seen Terrence Crawford get hit by Gamboa, and it rocked his socks.
Well, I seen him get hit, but I don't think he was. How many times can you say you saw Terrence Crawford hurt in a fight?
But how many times can you say you've seen people actually willing to stand there and mix it up with Bud Crawford like he can be mixed up with?
Everybody standing there and mix it up with him until they get hit a couple times.
That's
then they
what I'm saying.
Up. That's a natural reaction.
But
it's a chance Earl Spence could get in there and catch a couple and then back it
I'm
up.
pretty sure. And that same chance lies within Terrence Bud Crawford because don't act like Errol Spence don't have punching power. Errol Spence done stopped a bunch of people too.
Right. Right. I get it. All I'm saying is the biggest thing Earl Spence got going for him is his motor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He keep going, not nonstop.
That's that Philly Trinidad shit.
You know what I'm saying? That's that running back.
I kind of like Earl Spence before the accident a little bit more than I like post Earl Spence. I think this last fight, he kind of looked back more to his old form.
Okay.
Than he did in the previous fight when he went the distance with Sean Porter. I didn't think Earl Spence looked much like Earl Spence in that fight. He did enough to win, but he didn't look like.
Well, when you look at the fight he had with Kell Brooks, he didn't look like Earl Spence either. He still broke his orbital shit, but you know what I'm saying? He didn't look like himself to a point where he wasn't dominant. He stopped throwing after a certain point of time. I think Kell Brooks was landing some flush shots on him, but those shots didn't deter him. It was just one of those things where he started so slow that he had to kind of pick himself up.
One thing about these boxers, man, they hype a lot of these boxers more than what they are. And Kell Brooks really ain't a top-tier boxer.
Kell Brooks was a champion. Kell Brooks beat Sean Porter.
Y'all keep throwing Sean Porter. You keep throwing Sean Porter name out there like he's who the hell is Sean Porter?
And who has he beat for real?
Isn't Sean Porter a two-time champion?
Who the hell is Sean Porter, man? Like
he just
people get in at the time.
He's a journeyman. He just don't mind fighting.
Right now, but at one point in time, he was a number one fighter. Literally,
by rankings, not by ability.
I don't remember.
What determines that? It's rankings that determine that, right?
I don't remember him being a number one.
We talking about fighting styles.
He probably won number one. Fact check me.
I don't never remember him being a number one.
But I know he was an upper echelon fighter.
Supposedly.
I'm not saying it like he a bum, but he ain't.
He's not great.
He ain't.
The whole point of mentioning him is because that's who they got in common.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you look at the results of each fight, which, I mean, I guess it's a bunch of variables that you couldn't consider. But the results of each fight was fairly different. It was two completely different fights.
And they got somebody else in common, too.
They got Kell Brooks. They got...
fight Gamboa, too?
No. I think Gamboa is too small to fight Spence. Keep in mind, Crawford moved up. So Crawford kind of fighting at his natural weight. Spence had to lose weight. You know what I'm saying?
147, right?
147, yeah. So, I don't know. I just know when that fight happened.
We're going to be there.
We're going to be there.
That's going to be the best fight of my life.
Straight up.
We're going to be off the collective in the building while we there.
I don't know how, but
I know
I mean, if we can make it happen, let's make it happen. So this weekend we actually got another fight coming up too. We got Tyson Fury going against Dillian Whyte. Tyson Fury is probably one of the most underrated fighters I've seen fight. Because I feel like it's more that meets the eye. He looked like a slob kind of. He's
kind of like the Joker of boxing.
Yeah. Damn, that's
Tyson Fury.
That is a perfect.
He kind of like the Nikola Jokic of boxing, man. Because if you look at him, you look like, oh man, when I go in there, I'm gonna whoop him.
Yeah.
Just like when you look at the Joker, and be like, man, that man can't check me, or I D Joker up, and he'll go out there and give you 30, 30, and 30.
Give you that work.
30,
30.
And Tyson Fury will go out there and knock you out in the first 5 seconds of a fight. Go out there playing with Tyson Fury.
Easy.
If you want to, thinking that he out of shape, or he ain't a traditional boss, or he can't
hit hard to the motherfucker.
Man, look,
he
it's nothing
like
Tyson Fury can't do in that ring.
Exactly.
I'm convinced. I'm a fan. I've been a fan.
I'm a fan too.
I'm a fan until he fight like, you know.
Hey, listen, man.
You was a big Tyson Fury hater on the low.
I gotta give you some props because goddamn, hey, look, I love this boxing shit, but you was like, hey, look, that man cannot beat that man, and I was a hard Deontay Wilder fan. I was like, man, goddamn, he gonna beat this motherfucker. Goddamn.
Avery was too.
Listen.
I'll get me down.
Hey, look, I ain't argue down. One thing I know, you be right.
The problem with Deontay Wilder is he rely on his knockout power. If Deontay Wilder built a motor, he don't have a motor. The biggest problem that he had is late in the fight, he is done.
He's a knockout artist, man. He ain't no
exactly.
boxer for real.
So if he don't finish you the first 5-6 rounds, then when he get into the late rounds,
Tyson Fury got a chin.
Tyson Fury ain't gonna.
He got a chin, and he got the willingness,
a motor
to make you kill me in the ring.
Well, he also make you miss really well, and when you punch somebody and you can't hit them, it'll deter you.
And he make you pay.
Now, as far as his chin, I've seen him get chin checked quite a few,
and he got it right back up.
Right,
that's a chin.
The first fight, that should have been a count out. He should have been done. The ref ain't start counting until it was like the ref was checking to see if he was dead, and then when he saw he wasn't dead, he started counting.
So my question to you is: do you want to be a professional referee, or do you want to be a professional handicapper? Because right now you work for BETMOORSPORTS, and it sounds like you want to officiate boxing.
I just want to be a professional. Don't matter what it is. I whether I'm a professional cat, dog, whatever.
Well, you're definitely a professional because you got an entrepreneur shirt on that you made.
Absolutely. Who you got winning?
Hey, look, I'm convinced. I'm sold. I'm going with Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury? Well, Dylan White talking big shit. He talking more trash than the average person, which that's what he do. But I think who he fighting got knocked out. Was it Anthony Joshua? Anthony Joshua knocked him out real good, real nice.
They don't want them problems, man. Everybody got to talk like they tough, man.
Of course.
Till they get punched in the mouth. Isn't that what Tyson said?
The heavyweight division is trash.
It's hell.
It is now, since Deontay Wilder lost.
Yeah, he was the main reason why it was trash.
While we on this boxing, man, I can't wait till they go ahead and let these young boys go ahead and mix it up. The Devin Haney's, the Tank Davises, the Ryan Garcias, the Camboses, the Isaac Cruz. Let's stop playing around and let these young boys mix it up, man. Let's get some good boxing out there.
I feel like it's weird because I feel like they make a lot of mandatory fights with fighters that we don't really know who they are.
You got Jose.
Right.
Getting Lomachinkos and Teofimo Lopez's. I want to see the best fights, man. That's what the people want to see.
Me too. You and me both. All right. Coming up, we got overrated, underrated, and then we got the Guru's pick of the day. We'll be back.
Don't want to miss it.
Welcome back to the BETMOORSPORTS Podcast, where we coming at you live and direct from Norfolk, Virginia. I'm Avery Fuller. I'm sitting here with my main man, Stephen Trotman Bay, a.k.a.
The Guru.
And we got Brian Fault in the building, a.k.a.
The SWAMI.
The SWAMI. And now let's talk about our over and under. Nope, our overrated and underrated segment. Overrated, underrated, and this is old school. So first and foremost, we're going to flash a picture on the screen, and we're going to talk whether they underrated or whether they overrated. And this is the retired edition. So let's go. First and foremost. First person up. John Elway. Overrated, underrated. What you got, Guru?
I kind of feel like I can't say he's either. I think John Elway gets the recognition he deserves.
Okay.
But if we talking about on a level of the greatest quarterbacks, I'm going to say underrated.
Okay. So you think that if you were to rate him amongst the greats, where would you rate him?
Right there with him. Like,
top 10.
Want a number? Top 10. Yeah, John Elway top 10 all time.
Okay. SWAMI, what you got?
I like John Elway football back in the days. You do that reverse play, got that one circles around people. And
It's
shit.
formatting. Y'all youngsters don't know about John Elway football. That was before
That's
Madden.
classic. That's definitely classic. John Elway is definitely he underrated. He's a goat. A goat. You know what I'm saying?
They love him though, man.
Yeah.
Love John Elway, man.
And what he got 2 Super Bowls.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So he and they was because of him. I think that's the difference maker.
It was
Terrell
definitely
Davis.
because of him. And TD
yeah.
played a part.
Absolutely.
But it was because of him. And he brought Russell Wilson and Sierra to Denver.
Yeah, that's true. He won Super Bowls.
Y'all see Sierra hit the gritty and running through the
Oh yeah,
Y'all see
yeah. That was she
That's
actually
what-
did
that's
it
what-
nice
That's
too.
what Denver getting.
That skill set is crazy.
Again. Sierra
Hey.
hitting the gritty.
Tell you one thing, John Elway is definitely in the books as a great quarterback and a great executive. He been doing this thing. I can't knock him. I mean,
Yeah, I ain't mad at John
everybody do something questionable, but he has been very successful on both sides. So next up, we got Marvin Harrison.
What my man look like? He just hit a lick.
Look
Man look like he just slammed somebody.
Marvin Harrison is a shooter.
Yeah,
A
he look
real
like
shooter.
Shooter, he got a body.
he look like his
real
mama told him to
shooter.
go to his
He got a
room.
body.
He ain't
Exactly.
eating no dinner tonight.
Peyton said he ain't throwing the ball no more.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna see you later, Peyton.
Give me a
big
ball,
man.
I'm going home. Face ass.
But all in all, I feel like he underrated.
Yeah.
I feel like he top 10 wide receiver of all time.
Top 10.
Top 10 all time.
I feel like he overrated him.
Really?
Yeah, because he made the Pro Bowl, I think, want to say on his first ballot, man. T.O. didn't.
Marvin
I think
Harrison
he
was
overrated.
great.
I feel like Marvin
He
Harrison,
was great,
he was better than
Marvin
T.O.
but
Harrison.
he was better than T.O.
Yeah. I feel like his
He
T.O.
might-
T.O.
I think
had
he
a
was-
substantial
I think-
amount of
I think
production.
he was more consistent.
Absolutely. T.O. had more production because T.O. was
T.O. was more explosive.
there was no Reggie Wayne on the
That
other
too.
side. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference when you got a Reggie Wayne on the other side. T.O. had who? Avant for the Eagles. Right? He had for Dallas. Who he had on the other side? None of them was Reggie Wayne caliber. For San Francisco, no Reggie Wayne caliber player on the other side. And he did not have a Peyton Manning type quarterback. So every throw was pretty much going to T.O. when T.O. was playing.
T.O. was a bad motherfucker.
Of course.
Reggie Wayne, not Reggie Wayne, but Marvin Harrison
Uh-huh.
was better than Terrell Owens.
I didn't say that.
Swami said it just right. He was more consistent.
He might
I
have been-
disagree with that, but that's the Schwarman. But I disagree with that. He was and that was more consistent.
I believe so. But once again, fact check me.
I don't know. I think T.O. antics took a lot away from
That
his
did.
player performance. So, you know, when you think about it and you look at T.O., it's hard to get past some of the dumb shit.
And then I mean I look at T.O. don't got no Super Bowl either.
Okay, I mean, and
That means a lot. Don't you think?
it depends. It depends on what we're talking about. We talking about personal accolades.
In sports,
You-
a personal accolade is winning.
You used personal accolades when we was talking about Jordan Poole because he hadn't lost.
No, that we was talking about personal accolades as far as Jordan Poole's stats. When I say that, we talking about personal stats in regards to T.O. and Marvin Harrison. That's just like to say if Jordan Poole won the championship, then I'll say, well, Jordan Poole got the championship. No, that don't mean that you are playing better because you won the championship.
Right, but when we speak of Marvin Harrison, we know Marvin Harrison was the number one receiver on their team.
He wasn't. Not that year. It was Reggie Wayne.
Fact
you
check
don't have
that.
to fact check me. It was Reggie Wayne.
I don't know. I was under the impression that he was number one every year. until he was done. Because if it's up to Peyton Manning, I'm pretty sure Peyton Manning going to throw it his way first.
Marvin Harrison passed the torch to Reggie Wayne a long time before they left Indianapolis.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with that.
So he passed the torch to him, though, right?
That means that Reggie Wayne was that man on a lot of them coach teams that Marvin Harrison was still on.
Or that means that
double team.
Marvin Harrison is a team player, and he said, it's not about me, it's about us.
That ain't the same, though. What we saying is, that's just like Jerry Rice with John Taylor, right?
What happened?
Later on in them years, John Taylor was the man.
So John Taylor exceeded Jerry Rice?
Never. What I'm saying is, Jerry Rice passed that torch. The same way John Taylor passed that torch to T.O.
Didn't Jerry Rice's career outlast John Taylor's?
Jerry Rice's career outlasted a lot. We talking about Seattle Jerry Rice. He played a lot longer than a whole lot of people.
Seattle. That's deep. All right. So let's go to the next one. One of my favorites. Patrick Willis.
Trash. Nah.
One thing's for certain, two things for sure. We're going to find a way to plug in a 49er
somewhere.
Hey, why
on
not?
the BETMOORSPORTS Podcast. Like, why in the hell do we got to see a 49er every
What
week?
do you mean? Because 49ers are great. It's not like you looking at 49er
I think
trash.
that you pick the segments and sometimes you be a little biased. We ain't
So-
seen that one giant except for Saquon Barkley on the whole podcast.
We only did 3.
bro. We did 6 episodes and we ain't talk about
But
Lawrence Taylor. We ain't talk about
this is the
Pepper
first
Johnson.
retro. You know what I'm saying? The
We
other
ain't
one
talk
was
about
current.
Mexico Bears.
And y'all don't really
But
have
we
nothing
done
to offer.
mentioned Jimmy G,
Trash.
Patrick Willis, Debo Samuels,
Gone.
Jerry Rice, John Taylor, Randy Moss when he played with San Francisco, Joe Montana, Steve Young, and the list goes on and on and
So-
on and on.
A lot of trash.
But Patrick Willis, I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say he's overrated or underrated. Wait, I'm gonna say this. He underrated. Fuck it.
I like Patrick Willis.
Patrick Willis was the dog.
Yeah,
Like,
he was a real dog. I think-
arguably the best linebacker in the league, and I don't think he was ever regarded as the best linebacker in the league.
I definitely I like Patrick Willis.
I love
I
Patrick
don't
Willis.
like a lot of 49ers.
It's a lot of people that don't like us, and you know that's
Hey, this is what it is.
yeah.
It ain't really personal, but
Right, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't like us either.
We rock with famous Amos Lawrence. Straight out of Diggs Park. He was a 49er with a Super Bowl ring.
Well, that's my man. Shout out to Amos. Shout out
Famous
to
Amos.
Famous Amos.
Not the
as
one
they
that
call
made the cookies, the one that made touchdowns.
him too. I like those cookies.
it. those cookies is damn
I
good.
love the cookies. Man.
Shoot.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right, next up, we got this one. Thurman Thomas. I feel like Thurman Thomas is underrated. Like, I feel like that he was on the Buffalo Bills teams that lost to the NFC East a lot.
I love losing Super Bowls.
But he did his part, in my opinion. I feel like he did his part when it came down to it, and it was everybody else.
I'm gonna say Thurman Thomas is overrated just based upon that face mask. Like, who the hell wanted Thurman Thomas when they were playing rec ball? If you had a Thurman Thomas playing rec ball, you got joked. If you didn't
That is
have
funny.
Tony Dorsett or Eric Dickerson, and you
That's-
played running back, you had a goddamn Thurman Thomas on, you was overrated too.
Next up. Are you happy now, Guru? Are you happy?
I seen you segue, my man, and then my man Plexico Birds.
Plex.
Shout out
Plex, go shout out
757, man.
757.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? One thing about Plex, man, you represent the 757 to the fullest. You took the strap in the club,
Cheddar Bob.
but then you shot yourself. That was on 757 like.
That is
But
genius. I'm gonna take
my
his ass
man
off the
Plex,
screen.
and
Shot himself.
you was underrated. Shout out Plex, man. Got the Giants in Super Bowl. Big boy catch against New England. Shout out Chef Evan Daniels, man, who had to witness Plexico Bears in the back corner of the end zone defeating Tom Brady and the Super Bowl and bringing the championship back to New York, back to the 757 Virginia Beach Plexico Bears legend.
Cheddar Bob.
Cheddar Bob. All right, and last but not least, we're going to go this route.
Hey, look. That's the great white hype to me, you know.
You think Peyton is the great white hype?
But no, listen to me. I had to learn. I was, and I don't really got a lot of that in my blood, but I was almost like a hater. You know what I mean? But that man is great. That man's great.
Peyton is great. I don't feel like Peyton was as great.
He ain't Brady.
When he was in.
He ain't no fucking Brady.
No, he's definitely
not. I don't think Peyton Manning top 3 quarterbacks all time though.
You don't?
No.
Top 3?
And I'm gonna say
top 5?
I'm gonna say he definitely top 5. And I'm gonna say one of my top 3 quarterbacks of all time doesn't have a Super Bowl ring, and Peyton Manning does.
Who?
Dan Marino. He said at number 3.
So you think Dan Marino is a better quarterback than Peyton Manning?
Hell yeah.
Who's 1, 2, and 3 for you?
It's easy. Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Dan Marino.
Oh, I thought he was going to say Eli. Whew.
And Dan Marino minus the Super Bowl rings. Dan Marino minus the Super Bowl rings has a better skill set than both of my 1 and 2.
And look, just like Peyton Manning, I had to learn. I had to grow up and had to respect what Joe Montana did. You know.
Yeah.
I won't hype on Joe Montana, but I actually like Steve Young better than Joe Montana.
I did too.
But I
ain't gonna lie to you.
But
I was a fan of Steve Young game.
Yeah.
And that's not saying a lot. It's just I think it's a lot of how we grew up.
Yeah.
I think his toughness and the way he moved and the fact that he was undersized made Steve Young better.
So if you compare the players in the league right now to Steve Young, who would be closest?
Right now? Probably Russell Wilson.
I was about to say the same goddamn thing.
SWAMI, man. We got the same man.
Russell Wilson. That was exactly who came to my mind.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm
happy for Russell Wilson has never gotten an MVP vote.
Damn,
I couldn't fucking believe that.
That is crazy. Not even a vote.
That shit blew me learning that, man.
You know why? Because every time, beginning of the season, midway through the season, they say Russell Wilson is the clear-cut MVP. No sooner as he hear that, he go to playing like...
He like, I don't want to be the MVP.
Goddamn Al Bundy.
Al Bundy. Oh, shit. He was a...
Shout out Poke High, man.
Poke High.
Al Bundy, man. Poke High MVP. The year they won the state championship.
Oh, my gosh. That is crazy. All right, so that does it for Overrated, Underrated. Tune in next week for the next episode of Overrated, Underrated, which is going to be basketball.
Whoop, whoop. Basketball.
So now we are at a point in time in the BETMOORSPORTS Podcast where we turn it over to the guru for the guru's pick of the day. Guru, the world is yours. I'm just in it.
Tonight's pick of the day is the Memphis Grizzlies minus 1.5 over Minnesota Timberwolves. Take everything you can beg, borrow, and steal and put it on the Memphis Grizzlies to kind of take Minnesota back down to the woodshed that they took them to the last time they played them and beat them like a drum again.
All right, there you have it, the Guru's pick of the day. Check it out. With that said, hey, I just want to say shout out to the collective and all my 420 folk from yesterday.
Shout out to Collective, man. You can catch them actually this weekend at the 420-ish festival at the Portsmouth Sportsplex in Portsmouth, Virginia. A lot of big artists, man, coming out to the Sportsplex in Portsmouth, man. So we want this to be a kind of peaceful event. The Collective VA will be out there, man. You can get your THC infused drinks. You can get your edibles. You can get your gummies. We got truffles too. They got the real truffles.
Mm-hmm.
You can get you some truffles, man. And just go out there and enjoy yourself, man. They got hip hop on Saturday, reggae on Sunday. It should be a big event for the 757, and we looking forward to it, man. Shout out to the Collective, man, and shout out to the 420-ish festival out there in Portsmouth, Virginia.
And tune in at the end of the video to give you all the details that you need in regards to the 420 festival. If you can go. Enjoy
Please
yourself.
Go, man. Go out there. The weather should be great.
And keep it
out
peaceful.
Here in VA.
Keep
and
it
it's
as
my
peaceful as
birthday
possible.
weekend, so you might see the Guru and the SWAMI out there.
Yeah, and tune in next week as the Guru is responsible for taking a YOLO. He know what it is.
Hey.
You'll know what it is next week.
But look, next week podcast day is not my birthday, so you might not see the Guru take a YOLO.
Unfortunately,
Technical difficulties.
it's rules against that. So we're gonna tune in and we're gonna make sure that y'all know what a YOLO is.
Take a
next
YOLO,
week.
man. It's my birthday. All week, man. It's tour season. Shout out to all the tourists all over the world, man.
Hey,
Shout out Mondu's birthday, too. She a Taurus, too, baby.
Shout out.
429, baby.
429.
Shout out,
426, 429.
yes, sir.
Mondu's, we're going to get you on the podcast. Do not, I repeat, do not come up here talking Dallas Cowboy football.
Please don't.
Atlanta Braves baseball.
Oh,
Atlanta Hawks basketball.
gosh. What is happening?
And then the Atlanta Falcons, Georgia Bulldogs, and any other Georgia team you adopted when you moved to Georgia. If you come up here, we turning your microphone off.
Microphone's
And
going
I still
off.
need that banana pudding, Mom. I need it.
Hey, once again, thanks for tuning in to the BETMOORSPORTS Podcast. Tune in next week as we got a ton coming, including the results of the Tyson Fury and Dylan White fight. And next week, we probably going to be starting the second round in the NBA playoffs for a lot of teams. So tune in. Again, check the Guru out on www.betmoorsports.com. Get your picks, subscribe.
Picks of the day.
Check us out on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. TikTok, Facebook, all the social media platforms.
And also,
check us out.
We got the app coming soon. We got BETMOORSPORTS Live coming soon.
Ooh.
We're going to be going live, man. It's going to be the same settings, but we're going to just be talking about anything, and we're going to be live on all social media platforms. Also, we got the Guru and the SWAMI, where we're going to break down sports betting at its finest. Like, you're going to actually see the minds of the Guru and the SWAMI. Arguably, the two greatest handicappers on the East Coast. And I didn't say this. This has been given to me. I didn't give myself this title. He didn't give himself the title of the SWAMI.
Sometimes it's just based on when you know, you know.
When you know, you know.
Plain and
Guru and the
simple.
SWAMI coming soon.
So, with that said, Guru and the SWAMI coming soon. Tune in Friday for BETMOORSPORTS Live, where we just coming in live and we talking about whatever. Don't matter what it is. Talk
Cam
about it with
Newton,
us.
You're on the clock.
Ooh.
Shannon Crowder, you're on the clock.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Until then, BETMOORSPORTS Podcast, we out. Peace.
We'll holler.